I want you to look at the picture here on the screen. Some of you may know what this scene is from. It's from a very popular movie that you may have seen. It's an older movie by Steven Spielberg. And it's about this little boy who you see on the bike, whose name is Elliot. And he discovers this alien who he, later names E.T. And this alien is hiding near his house. It's been separated from its spaceship and its other fellow aliens. But Elliot immediately takes a liking to E.T. At first, he's frightened of him, right? The creature is frightened of him. And so Elliot begins to take care of him. He's hiding him in his closet and he's feeding him, right? And so their relationship begins to grow, okay? And so they become more connected, right? Their relationship changes because, like I said, at first they were very afraid of each other. And then their relationship changes, okay? And what I want you to do is think about what we talked about yesterday, about how realistic fiction has those elements of character, setting, plot, things of that nature, problem solution. And our focus today is going to be on characters. Okay, now we know realistic fiction is about things that could really happen in a fictional story. Now, of course, with the story of E.T. or the movie of E.T., we probably wouldn't have a human and an alien. But I want us to set that part aside and only focus on their relationship, right? As I said before, and we know that characters can change throughout a story, and so can the relationship, the way that they interact with one another. So today, our focus is going to be on identifying main characters in a story and just kind of looking at how their relationship forms, whether the relationship is positive or negative, how is the relationship set up? Do they need one another? Okay. And so what we're going to do here in just a moment, we're going to watch a short video on character relationships. And then you guys are going to be listening to a story called Allie's Basketball Dream. Okay. And you are going to be looking at using a graphic organizer to help you analyze the relationship between Allie and one other character in the story. There are going to be 5 or 6 questions that you are going to be using to help you kind of have a window into their relationship. Okay? But before we begin, I want to briefly talk about how we are going to be analyzing the characters and the relationships between them in our story today. We know that characters have inside and outside traits, right? We've talked about that before. And today what I want to submit to you is I want you to be thinking about each character's thoughts, their actions, their words, their feelings on the inside, right? Because that's where the relationship part happens in a story. That's how the author builds or develops the character, is by revealing what's on the inside of them, right? Their personality traits. And that's what we learn about them based on what they say, what they think, and what they feel. Okay? We're going to be looking at their emotions, right? And their traits, how they feel versus how they behave towards one another. And that's going to help us to be able to analyze the relationship between the characters, okay? And today, one of our main characters is going to be little Allie. And then you are going to have the option to choose one other character from the book that you want to analyze the relationship that she has with, okay? So in order to analyze the relationship that Allie has between she and another character, you guys are going to be using this particular graphic organizer. It's a realistic fiction relationship chart. And you're going to list the characters' names here. Who's the relationship between? It will be Allie and the other character that you choose from the book. How are the characters alike and different? You're going to write 1 or 2 sentences, and you're going to just compare them, okay? You're going to be thinking about, is their relationship positive or negative, okay? And as I said before, based on their emotions and traits, meaning their feelings and behavior, you're going to determine, or it says how they feel about each other. You're going to determine whether these characters even need each other. Like in the movie I was just sharing with you about E.T., Elliot and E.T., they ended up needing each other, right? They started out being afraid of one another, but they did end up needing each other. And the relationship kind of started off a little bit negative, and then it eventually changed into a positive relationship, okay? So you're going to be thinking about that as well, okay? And ultimately, again, you're going to describe the relationship between the 2 characters and once again determine whether that relationship is positive or negative, okay? So what I would like for you to do is I want you to go ahead and take out your reading journal, okay? Go ahead and take out your earphones so that we can get ourselves set up. We are going to play a little review game first, and then we're going to get ourselves ready to listen to our read aloud book today so that we can practice analyzing the relationships that we find in realistic fiction stories.